my lunch, but
You didn't have lunch here? You could have lunch here.
you know what? I didn't want to take food away.
Oh,
from
don't
the
ever
community.
say that. There's always enough. We are the community.
That's right.
There's always enough. And there's nothing more dignified than people seeing everybody eating the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm a big dude. I can eat.
We're not going to give you more than we give somebody else. I'm Marilyn Pagan Banks, Executive Director of A Just Harvest. I have been with the organization for 20 years. October 1st made 20 years, and it has been amazing.
Hello, my name is Miriam Perez, and I have been with A Just Harvest for over a year and a couple months. And 3 things that you may not know about me is that I'm a mother of 2 boys. I love my cat, and I love pizza. Well, Marilyn is a boss. I think that she walks in here like a boss every day, and when you see her out in the field and we're doing our events, she, even when, there's nothing that silences her, and that's just like very inspiring to see a woman in power. And it's just, it's something that I wish to be one day, and just seeing her in that position is just very inspiring.
There's a joke, they call me boss lady. I just got a boss lady tattooed on my arm. But it's more around the love and the joking around, and not because I'm trying to be a boss and treat people like, like they're clocking in and out and they need to produce and all that. But really think about how together we have to be well. We have to love on one another. We got to look out for one another, see one another, and also model what we say we want for the community.
My name is Christoph Ringer. I've been with A Just Harvest for 6 years. When I think of Marilyn, I think of someone who is compassionate, very compassionate as it relates to the kinds of issues that we work on. But more importantly, really, she has a real heart for the community. She's invested in the community. She's also fierce. She is very bold, and you always get a sense of her own authenticity, right? Kind of what you see is what you get.
Thinking about what attracted me to A Just Harvest, I have to laugh and say nothing initially, other than wanting to be in community, but the idea of working in the kitchen and struggling with the free stuff from the people who have more stuff and the people who don't have enough, or maybe do but don't know how to. It was just, I was conflicted, right? And so the organizer in me was like, I don't want to deal with that. Even though I understood as the Christian in me that we have to tend to those who have needs and give them what they need. So there was some tension. So I wasn't necessarily attracted to the position, even though I was on the board and very much was engaged in the organization and wanted to see it succeed. So yeah, attraction is a strange word, but God does what God does, and so being drawn to it. And so initially when I was invited to apply, first of all, I didn't believe I could do it. And secondly, I didn't want to do it. I thought I didn't want to do it for the things I just said. But then a year later, again, I'm still on the board. I'm helping with the structuring and all that. And a couple members of the board, and I was working at the church too, were like, Pastor Marilyn, you're going to pass up your blessing. Because I was feeling called to leave where I was and didn't know where I would go. And I was associate pastor at the church, and it just seemed to make sense. But again, in that moment, it was like, yes, we're more committed to organizing, to putting ourselves out of business. I can do that, right? As I begin to even learn more about what it means to serve and all that. And so I applied and thought I'd be here for maybe 4 or 5 years because my kids were in high school. And here I am. And grateful that I didn't pass up my blessing. My very first vision, and again, it came out of those conversations with board members who also had a commitment towards addressing the systemic issues, changing why people were hungry in the richest country in the world, right? So my very first vision statement was, we're gonna work until all have plenty and no one is left in need.